Hey guys, it's Sarah Molnar, your Team Beachbody coach and NCCPT personal trainer, and this smile right now is covering up how much I'm freaking out inside, because just like any other mom, and I know I'm seeing all the back to school pictures, which I don't know if you're like me, I love seeing all the back to school pictures. I love seeing them all dressed up with their new backpacks and their sneakers, and my kids don't go back for another 2 weeks. They go back the second week of September. So we have a little bit of a later start. But, you know, I have those days where you have so many things going on and you feel like, I call it my husband calls it my hamster wheel in my head. And you get to a point where you're like, I have to do this, but then I have to do this, and I have to do this, and then you do this, and then you go over here. That's exactly my day today. And I'm like, I need to take a minute. And maybe it sounds cheesy, maybe it doesn't, but we always think, oh, it's too much, I can't handle this. There's this really cool thing I heard over the weekend, and it comes from the movie Evan Almighty. And what he said in the movie, and it's a cute movie. It's about, really about, Morgan Freeman plays God, and Evan Almighty's, building this boat, and nobody's believing him, like Noah's Ark and everything. So in the restaurant is Evan's wife, and Evan is all over the news about how crazy he is, that he wants to build this ark, and they're in a drought, and he's telling everybody it's going to rain. So the waiter comes over, which is Morgan Freeman, which is God, and says, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, nothing. And he's like, no, really? What's wrong? And she said, my husband is Evan. He goes, okay. And they start having this conversation. And at first I was like, wow, you never see that. You never see someone going, hi, how are you? And we always go, good, how are you? Like, we never really stop and think about what somebody's actually saying to us. And Morgan Freeman says, they go through this conversation, and he says, what I've learned is that when you want patience, God doesn't give you patience. He gives you opportunities that will make you patient. And, if you want courage, God doesn't just give you courage. He gives you events that will make you courageous. And I thought about it this way, where, everything that's going on right now, and I'm trying to multitask everything with back to school and the clothes and all their school supplies of what they need, and when you can't find that particular item and you're going around from store to store, and just house stuff and summer stuff, and now fall's coming and all the activities that come with it. And I'm not complaining, it's just it's like that adjustment of, okay, now it's back to school, we got to get even more on a schedule. But to really sit back and go, okay, I'm in this for a reason. Like, in my eyes, this is God testing me, because I have all this exciting stuff coming up with corporate at Beachbody. Very excited. I am overwhelmed. I'm so humbled by it. I might talk to him with my hair in a braid and a hat on my head, because that's how I roll. And, everything with school, and, checking in on my mom and everything. So there's so much going on, and I realized, I took a moment and I sat back and I thought of that movie, and I thought, okay, God's giving me opportunity to see what I'm going to do with it. Am I going to flip out on my kids? Am I going to lose it on my husband? And am I going to, walk away from, the corporate, what they want and everything? Or am I really going to go, okay, this is what needs to get done today. The clipboard that Amelia needs can wait. Not everything has to get done at once. And once I've said that to myself, I thought, gotta tell my people. I think when you take the time to realize that what's happening in your life it's not a test. There's no test. And I always say, it's so easy to blame God for certain things going on in your life, because, why can't we blame God? Because it's God. But I always think of it as, like, if my daughter was walking and I'm holding her hand and she fell, and I went to grab her, but she still hurt herself and bleeding and everything. I didn't do that to her, just like God doesn't do stuff to me, but I'm going to help her through it. And that's where I lean on God. Like, he'll help me through it. So that kind of perspective has helped me. So I wanted to pass it on to you. So guys, don't pray for a new car. Don't pray for money. Don't pray for, it's not going to happen. Pray for things like patience, like courage, like stamina, like willpower, and God will give you the events to see what you do with it. That's how I'm starting to look at it. So I wanted to give you this perspective. And if you haven't seen Evan Almighty, it's a great movie. And there's so many life lessons in it, which is something I love about movies. So I just wanted to pass that on to you guys, and I hope you have a happy, healthy day.